Hello, ladies, gents, and donut goblin policemen. Shirking on their duties, we return to peanut butter and jelly. Fantastic, super duper, mega speedruns. Wow, what an incredible new title that I have come up on the spot. This is 100% improvised. There's nothing here that is ever planned ahead. I just go in and I throw myself at the mercy of the shopkeeper. I'm not shopkeeper, I'm also shopkeepers, but at the mercy of the level generation algorithm. Just throw myself at the full damage. Who cares? You made it down there fast. Full damage is, it ain't no big thing, okay? I'm just going to get through it. Perhaps still my favorite thing to do in Spelunky. Just go through the levels the fastest way I can, doing all kinds of nonsense against the monsters that always try to deter me. They always succeed. Life is awful, but I try to get through it. It's all good. Everything's fine. I just, look, I'm still a little shaken. I'm still slightly stirred. Look, you gave me the first shop and I was like, I'll spare you once. I'll spare you once. But now you give me another one that is just as good. And it's like, what the freaking hell, you absolute moron. You have created a second bit of temptation I cannot possibly resist. You must die in favor of me getting through with all kinds of bombs. I just got done with just soul crushing, obliterating. Oh, the exit was there. But the ticket trap and the skeleton and all the things made it so that I did not have time to get in there. As in, I think I had time. It's just my brain couldn't process all the different things that were happening, so it was slightly too slow. Suffer for it. Soul crushing Paco and Gimpy adventure. It was the absolute most dire Paco and Gimpy that I've had so far. It stung real good. It's done real good. I don't know if I have posted it already. I don't think so. I think it's coming after this one. I'll make a schedule. I just post whatever I feel like that day. So, like I'll alternate, but I don't really follow a specific order. So you might have already know what I'm talking about, or you may not have already seen it. So just in case, not gonna spoil it. But boy, it was the worst so far. And not the worst because we didn't get that far. I actually had perhaps one of the best seeds. Just, look, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm just going to leave it there. Stay tuned for the next Paco and Gimpy adventure because, boy, well, you will watch my soul escape my chest and get ground to dust. This is what it's gonna be like, and I'm sure that you enjoy every moment of it because you're a sadistic pig like that. You're just that kind of person. In your heart, there's nothing but thorns and dark, slick, black oil, and it's just drenching your feelings and your thoughts. You're nothing but scum, and that's why you're here, to watch me suffer. That's the kind of person that you are when you watch these videos. You're just here to listen to the pain, the suffering in all of my words and sentences, and all my experiences are nothing but pain. And here you are to take a good look at them, make fun of me for it. A little salty about the dearth of stuff. No black market entrance, nothing, but I think this jungle is actually going by pretty fast. Like 0 resources so far, unfortunately. Seems doable. Oopla. Was upsetting, but actually very quick. Here's the moment of truth. Pick the right path. Don't stray from the true path. I think this is it, yeah. Those high scales levels. You got that close to 50-50 chance to getting through okay. Some other times, you're not gonna get through okay. Because you chose incorrectly. Oh, you skeleton piece of garbage. Like right now, like I had zero indication of which side the exit was on. I just figured let's just drift toward the middle, and this problem will solve itself. I don't think I have even, if I want any prospect of making it in time to personal best, I have no time to waste with crates or anything. Just go straight down. Gonna have to do this. Somehow managed to get to the exit. I don't know if that rope was necessary. It felt necessary though. All right, now we have, of course, the most variable time. It is very, very difficult to get through. I don't think the exit is right below me, so I'm going to not go through there. And I have to do this. Now we're at 1 and 1. 1 and 1 where resources are concerned. 20-second temple. Man, that took a while. But I think without a jetpack, this is one of the fastest we've gone here. Oh, wow. Just come closer, mommy. Oh, I really needed to take that chance. I think if I had done the jump correctly, that was just a cursed temple level. For once, I think we could have timed that jump to go over the mummy. But for once, I'm going to say, you know what? I put in a really good show, and we got a little screw at the end, and that's about it. Sometimes you just gotta take that kind of punishment. You just gotta take that kind of level generation, not make any bones of it, not beat yourself up because you put on as much skill as you could muster, and you could have, of course, made it work, maybe, but the chances were so slim that I cannot beat myself up for messing it up. So I'm not going to. I'm going to say, you know what? Good game. Good game! Ow. It was a good game. And it's too bad. Too bad it didn't work out. So good. Yeah. Look, I've already decided that this 1-1 was garbage. That's the exit, right? No, that's not the exit. That's the exit. This 1-1 was the absolute trashiest garbage that I've seen in a while, but if this shop salvages it, if we come across a shop that salvages it, we'll carry on. If not, we're just going to leave. I'm not seeing the shop though. Wow, what a piece of garbage. And you don't even have anything that I want. What was in the... What the hell was in the spring shoes, huh? Yeah, well. This seat is trash. Just move on. I give it a damn good, honest try. And it was nothing to be proud of. This 1-1 already disappointed me as well. My very high standards have not been met. Actually, I don't think I have very high standards for 1-1. Just don't damage me. Don't waste my time. It's about it. That's about it. It's not like it needs to be, oh, there has to be a teleporter in this shop or anything like that. No. I'm very, very tolerant. If you get a freaking arrow trap to the face when you are 15 seconds in a trash shop, though, I will definitely say this is trash, and I will throw into the trash. Like the trash that it is. Trash, 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 trash all the time. Looking good, though. This one more like it. More up to my standards. Perfect. I depleted all of my talking points in the Cinco de Mayo daily challenge, so I got no real life thing to talk about. I mean, though I already said it all in Spanish. I already said it all. Like, it's out of my system, so I cannot even tell you. One thing that I did do today that was just painful, but necessary, unfortunately. During that Spanish daily challenge, I told you all about how my furnace crapped out on me. Or I thought I crapped out on me. Turns out, there's a little panel. You open that panel. And to that panel, there's a red button. You press the red button, and the thing restarts, and your problem is fixed. I didn't want to do it. I mean, because you see the panel was attached to a thing and I was like, I don't know enough about this that I might just absolutely wreck it if I do this incorrectly. And we're just going to take the hit. Like, what am I removing this panel for? What do you think you're going to do? Huh? With your incredible expertise. You are a complete zero where it comes to this furnace. The best that you're going to do is look at a bunch of nonsense that will lead you nowhere. And so I figured, okay, I'm just not going to touch it. Just call the damn technician. Turns out if I have pushed the panel just a little bit further than I did, because I started, I unbuckled it, and it's like, oh man, this is moving the whole thing. This is all attached to stuff I don't want to mess with. If I had gone, it's all good. Everything's under control, baby. If I had gone just a little bit further, I would have discovered a red button. Oh boy. I would have discovered a red button. Is he dead? I don't know. And if I had pressed his red button, it's alright, he's not going to come down here. I'm safe. Life is good. What's the second one? Oh, get me out of here! Oh, son of a bitch! Usually, there's no second one down there, okay? There's no second one down there. It's just commit suicide by cop. I'm trying to. There you go. If I had nudged that panel just a little bit, I would have seen the button. It was a blinking red button. I was like, there's no way I would have not pressed this button if I had seen it. You press the button, it restarts the whole thing, and that's all it was. It had like shorted because of a power surge or something, and it just stopped working. And if I had done that, well, the thing is, I did. Wow. Turn off power and turn it back on, but that was not enough. What that button does, it injects a little bit of oil into the, like, to prime it into the furnace, to prime it back up and restart it. And that's all that I needed. So the technician came out here and charged me for pressing the button. Isn't that amazing? It's just a valuable lesson, right? It's like, if you don't know how to take care of the things inside your house, it's gonna cost you. Thing is, it's still way above my level of expertise. Uh-oh. Still above my level of expertise. I would not say, I should have gone for the Mattock there. I would not say that I am able to fix anything about the furnace other than pressing that button. So, even though the result was me being taken for a ride, pretty much, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen is that I get shot straight in the face. I don't know what exactly I expected to happen. I thought that I could go between the spikes and the man, and he will drop down. He will drop down and he will get spiked. But no, it was far too close, and that was freaking idiotic. I don't know why, man. I don't know why I throw myself into these terrible things. Terrible things. With little prospect of making it through. Absolute nonsense. Oh man, my face itches. Scratching your face has now become an incredible luxury. Maybe that's only in my head because, you see, now, whatever. Now, well, do you catch what just happened? Do you catch what just happened? I'm just going to let you explain it in the comments. I know what happened. I know exactly what happened there. But you may not understand what the hell just happened. Why did I not get pummeled there by the shopkeeper? And believe me, it was all because of my incredible skill, and none of it was luck, okay? This is truth. This is absolute truth. Okay, sure. So that'll teach me, man. That will freaking teach me. That will teach me to just look at Callie and just take whatever the hell she wants. I mean, whatever the hell she wants to give me without even questioning. What an absolute idiot. What's I doing? But at least, you know, the man did. There was also a leak at the back. A valve was leaking. There was garbage all over the place. It was like watery stuff all over the place. So it wasn't like an urgent thing. It was just a small leak that was dropping some water on the floor, but you know, nothing that was ruining anything. The whole joke. I told you, Alaska charges an insane amount of money for any kind of house call like that, right? The whole joke just cost me $400, $397. It's like, holy crap, man! I am in the wrong business. It's like, holy shit. I mean, obviously, most of it, or a good chunk of it, goes to the agency and not to the employee. But damn, bro, you were here for 45 minutes. You open the panel, you press the button, and then after that, damn it, I was trying to avoid the climbing gloves. And then after pressing the button, I should have just grabbed the compass and then ran out. What kind of moron was that? Moronic move was that? And then after that, you had to take apart a few things to change a valve. You put in a little bit of sweat into it. $400 joke right there. And he told me, you know what? Your glycol is really corroded right now. It's worn out. It needs to be changed. Of course, I'm not going to tell you what you gotta do, but it will become a problem eventually, especially if you have winter, your heat goes out for whatever reason. Your pipes are going to freeze at 20 degrees because of this glycol being corroded. Instead of, glycol is like a anti-freeze agent. Make sure that your heat pipes do not freeze, as opposed to having water in there. If you only have water in there, and the temperature drops inside your house. We have not had a teleporter for a while, so let's do it. Good stuff. If you have water, freezing temperature is going to freeze and crack your pipes. If you have glycol running through there, ow. If you have glycol running through there, well, it can go down to many tens of degrees below zero, below freezing, like a good 20 below freezing, and it will still not freeze, giving you that nice time. And I was like, yeah, I guess I'll do it. Quoted me, son of a bitch. $1,200. So start clicking that like button so you can give me some YouTube bucks. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to afford it. Or don't worry about it. I'm just now realized that it might sound like I am trying to play up sympathy for internet money, and I'm going to take advantage of it. Go buy my book. It's always in the description. I have a new novel out. I still call it new novel. It was out 2 months ago. 2 months ago. That's still new. It's a beautiful novel. I haven't talked about it for a while. It's such a wonderful novel with all kinds of wicked witches. Actually, there's just mostly 3, because that's the protagonist. It's a very original setting. It's really cool, and it will destroy your heart. It's very emotional, very beautiful story that you will enjoy, or else. So check it out in the description. It's right there. Anybody can get it. It's extremely cheap, very cheap, either in paperback or electronic format. Just $3, man. It's barely the cost of a freaking 12 ounce of sweet coffee. Psh. I'll take this crate. I'm just that kind of person today. A machete, huh? It's alright. It's all good. That was great. Just walk through this shopkeeper. Yes, go buy my book so I can afford this enormous heating bill. It is just awful. Living in Alaska, freaking expensive nonsense. Especially, I know that you got a stimulus check. It's not a stimulus. It's a disaster relief check. Instead of using that to pay bills, no. Just put it in my book. Just give it to me. I can spend it much better than you anyway. Oh, I was hoping to to fix the mess that I made. What are you even doing? There we go. That was a big waste of time, but it worked out. Yes, give it all to me. You're going to spend it on foolish things anyway. You should just give me all of those checks that you got in the mail if you're in America, which is like 50% of the audience. Oh, 50% of my audience is from the good old US of A. So you all need to give that money to me. I am the guy that needs it, not you. Please don't keep it. Just pour it on into my mouth, and I will gobble it up like a good internet personality. So you cannot be trusted with that money. It's very clear to me. You cannot be trusted with that money. You're already wearing the dire straits to need it. Like, obviously, you don't need that money. You're not entitled to it. That's right. That's right. I'm the guy. As your parasocial friend, I am the guy who most deserves that cash. And quite obviously, I have earned it through my incredible spelunky adventures. So there you go. You're unworthy. Spend all your money on my... Oh, it's just silly. It's just silly, okay? I do see it is infuriating to see people. I got my $1,200. Finally, I can buy this X thing. It's like, what the? That money, like, obviously, like, one thing is you don't need it, so you're going to spend it doing this other X thing, right? Fine, whatever. But if you're like, I got this check, so I'm going to spend it on this discretionary thing that I don't need because now I have the money that I didn't have before. Buddy, I think there's a reason why you are in this predicament to begin with. It ain't got nothing to do with a Corvette menace. It's like, wow. This is, the more that I spend around people in the world, the more I realize just how awful with money some people are is something that didn't ever enter my brain. Because I grew up, my father is really good about money. He always handled the family's finances. He actually taught me a few things. Like, he liked to share where all the money went in the house and all that stuff. So he taught me some good stuff. And I always assume, like, everybody's got this knowledge, right? It's a no-brainer. You only spend when you need. You put money away. You don't have to save all your money, but you should be cautious with it. I think that's the best way to say it. Being reckless with the way you spend your money, that's the best way to invite misery into your house. So it's like, obviously people have this common sense, like, but the more that you see people like co-workers and just stories online and all that kind of stuff, it's like, holy crap, people have no idea, like zero clue how to manage their money. Like, it's disturbing, the complete lack of common sense. And I'm not going to say that, because I have all these incredible money management skills, that's why I don't have money problems. No, I know that I got a damn good job that enables me to put money away, and your life circumstances may have forced you to be in this paycheck to paycheck situation, and I'm not going to shame you for it. But some people are indeed in this paycheck to paycheck situation because they're absolute garbage with the money that they have. It's flabbergasting. There's this co-worker. They are... What the hell? Was that fall damage? That was strange. They both work at the post office. They're a couple. They were a couple and they split. I mean, it's just all a whole drama. The post office has some serious drama going on there. They were a couple that moved to Alaska together. They split. And then she went out with another mailman. They got married, they got divorced, and now the original two are back together. It's like, what the hell's going on here? It's a freaking soap opera. But the bottom line that I'm getting to is they live paycheck to paycheck with the insane. And I've seen their house, and boy, I don't know why you're in this financial situation. Holy crap. I mean, I'm not gonna go into so many details, but damn, boy, there's some money management skills. Oh boy, both of them are just absolutely atrocious. So anyway, the more I see, I witness people that just throw their cash into the garbage all willy-nilly like that, the more I'm like, I guess it wasn't common sense after all. I guess some people are born with 7 brain cells where money management is concerned. So in a way, it's like, I don't know about this bill relief initiative. Obviously, they threw it out like that. Like, how do you enforce it being spent properly? You really can't. So you can't argue against them not passing out those checks, because what matters is getting it to the people that need it, not ensuring that the people that don't need it don't get it. And there's also the whole, who decides who deserves it and who doesn't deserve it. And so obviously you have to go with, well, everybody gets it. Maybe put it like an income threshold, which it didn't, and I think they should have. Did they? No, I can't remember whether they put an income threshold on those disaster relief checks or not. But either way, almost messed it up. Oh, that's not a good one. Oh boy. It was a bad time anyway. We're only 4 minutes in. 27 minutes in, I got fuel in my butt for yet another. We are in the middle of conversations and stuff, talking about serious issues after fighting Spelunky level generation for so long, getting into the rhythm of things and going into other conversational issues that you may or may not appreciate. Like, most of the time, I don't want to sound judgmental, because I am very aware that there's a lot of lives out there that I don't have even into account. So I want to sound like giving blanket statements. What am I even doing here? Let's just restart. It's so easy to have your own perspective, and according to your own perspective, you're going to make a blanket policy statement that you think is common sense and then doesn't have into account a billion things that completely throw into the garbage. So I'm always a filthy moderate fence sitter when it comes to stuff like that. Because, it comes, once again, rolls all the way back to my constant tenet of there is no solution. There's some problems that are so complicated and so full of variables that there's no solution for them. You could say sweeping economic policy is very close to one of them. There's so many different things that had to be accounted for. That, like, solution as in a perfect solution. There is a lot of imperfect solutions, and that's what we got right now. And it works for some people. For most people, it doesn't. But it's the lesser of all evils and that kind of stuff. Anyway, I don't even know what kind of point I'm trying to get to here. Basically, give me all your money is the point that I'm trying to make. Because I had to pay for some truly evil... Just put me out of my misery, please. I had to pay for some truly evil furnace repairs. Okay? So there. Freaking bullshit is what it's at. Oh, goodness. That's alright though. So, okay. I did my tax refund already. I've always been not like a super early bird, but I do like to do them before the deadline. Got it all done. First time ever that I do a small business. This is some serious talk here. Children, get out of the room. This is about some serious tax issues that I'm going to tell you about. First time ever I file taxes as a small business owner, you know, calling the YouTube gig a small business like it is. It truly is a small business that you take care of. But it's so simple, it's so small and so simple. Like, I think the threshold is, I forget now, but the threshold is like 50,000, maybe even 500,000. It was a pretty high threshold of when you need to file for taxes as a separate entity. If your revenue is below, I'm pretty sure it was 50,000. If your revenue is below 50,000, all you need to do is just put an extra form at the attached. Put an extra form attached to your personal taxes with your deductions and your expenses and your revenue into your personal business, and you're good to go. It's actually way simpler than I thought that it would be. I thought it would be this whole nother ordeal. And look, it's the exact same spider den that got me super destroyed in that daily challenge. Okay, that works. Let's get that. It's the same, exact same spider nest. Remember that? It's going to be in that fantastic deaths that's coming up. What's I saying? Oh yeah. So there's that. If you are worried about doing taxes at some point because of your YouTuber monies, which by the way, I think I need to do a transparency income declaration kind of thing. Let's do a bomb here. Don't disturb Callie, you weirdos. My goodness, what a nightmare of an exit there. If you are a small YouTuber as well and you're getting some monies over there, first, I don't think there's even a reason for you to do a tax declaration. Honestly, I just wanted to keep everything on the up and up. But the IRS, it's such small potatoes if you're just bringing in like $5,000 or something like that. Really? I thought for sure that I had a nice clear line to the exit there. If you're super small potatoes, disclaimer, I am not telling you to commit tax fraud. I'm just saying, if you're small potatoes, independent, tiny internet business like myself, and I brought in last year, it was like $6,000 with all the stuff, all the book revenue and all the YouTube revenue. It amounted to $6,000, but because I had a whole bunch of expenses, like I put my new computer into the expenses of the business because I truly do use this computer 100% for my business. Like it's what you're watching right now. I am using my new computer for the business, so I think it was 100% warranted to declare it as part of the expenses of the business. But anyway, if you're a small potatoes like that, it's like, ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I just wanted to keep a clear record, keep everything above board, despite the fact I ended up paying no taxes whatsoever because, you know, the expenses amounted to what I had in revenue anyway. So I didn't have to pay a single dime in taxes where my business was concerned. But it's just the IRS doesn't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They're not going to come knocking at your door because you have a $5,000 check at some point in your account. That was it's like super small potatoes, and it will be extremely surprising if they would. Like I said, I wanted to be 100% certain that everything was done correctly. So my wife, she has an accounting contact because she delivers to them. She's their mailman, and they really love her because my wife is the most lovable creature in the entire world. So they always told her, hey, if you ever have any kind of tax consulting to do, just come to us and we're not going to charge you a dime. And they're like, oh, sweet. I filed that into my brain and I pulled that out. It's like, let's do it. I wouldn't say they laughed us out of the office, but you could tell there's like they basically told us there's really no reason for you to be here. The revenue you got is so let's say, inconsequential. That you don't need to, like, this is just an attachment on your usual tax declaration. Ooh, we got one of these, huh? I love them. I love me some evil. Oh boy! See if we can get a mine in there. Oh damn it! No! I really wanted to destroy that anus. I can't leave it like that. I usually don't have much trouble destroying those guys, but man, that buddy was really well protected. I think one of the mines dropped to where it wasn't supposed to, and got my anus obliterated as a result. Ooh. Anyway, what other incredibly fascinating issue can I tell you about? I've told you all about amazing, incredible taxes, the IRS, and small business and revenue. All this gripping, amazing stories. Oh, I told you about my furnace troubles. Wow. I told you about my furnace troubles. That's like entertainment pinnacle right there. There's nothing above that. I guess I could tell you about my bowel patterns. Something I find it very important to talk about all the time. I get up in the morning and I need to poop after breakfast. It needs to be after breakfast though. I never can go unless I had breakfast. It's just the way it is. Nothing I can do about it. And then I go to work, and most of the time during the day there will be a pressure building up in there, and eventually it gets to the point where I really need to go, and then I go home and I do the deed, and that's after that I have dinner, and that's how it usually goes. Twice a day I will be extremely mad, like honestly just freaking steaming. I'll be so mad if I have to go a third time. Sometimes it happens and it just, oh, does it just flake my lemons, man. It just absolutely destroy me. Me and my butthole. I have a cape, and here I am hanging on. Here I am hanging on to ledges and just being a totally useless piece of garbage. Anyway, with that amazing story about my bowel movements, I'm going to leave you. I hope you appreciated it. Knowing more and more details about me, well, maybe this will give you a good pattern to stalk me on the street. You can make sure that you can follow me into bathrooms, and that's when you can strike. Because I know that I have all kinds of obsessive stalkers out there. It's taking a long time for that to happen. I'm slightly disappointed, to tell you the truth, that the crazy obsessive stalkers haven't come out of the woodworks yet. Maybe they're all gathering together to all strike together and put me all in a basement and then keep me there for a while. So I'm looking forward to that. See you in the next one. Until then, say hello to my retro friend.